Tonight I'm showing a quick video on the R6S, just a demonstration video. We'll start with the threading. Right up here at the top, we're going to make our thread here. We're just going to go through the first hole, skip the second one, go into the third hole, come down through the top hole here, loop around through the bottom hole, up and around the tension, that little tension assembly. It's not really a tension, it's all that's for is for your length of your thread after it's cut. Wind it in for a longer tail, wind it out for a shorter tail. Around the tension assembly, catch the take-up spring, back down through this guide, through the take-up lever, this guide, that guide, grab it both hands and kind of slide it in there like that, through this guide, through the needle clamp, and it threads from left to right through the needle. Next we'll get the bobbin ready to start filling. Going through the back hole, around the tension like that, through the left hole, over to the bobbin 3 or 4 different times, and then snap the lever towards the bobbin. Okay, next is our bobbin case. We're going to drop the bobbin in. It's going to spin clockwise. Put it down through the groove, like that. And the bobbin case is going to go in just like this. So I usually grab it, keep the thread up behind you, go in through here like this. There's only one way it'll go in there. Snap it into place. And we'll take, like any other machine, is just turn the hand wheel towards you, bring the bobbin thread up, and we're ready to sew. Okay, next we'll turn the power on, and give it a go. We're going to do here, shorten the stitch up, push the reverse lever down to make it shorter. I'm going to go about 3 stitch to number 3, which is about 12 stitches to the inch. I'm going to slow the back tack speeds down first, or actually no, I'm going to change the speech. Right now I think it's Chinese, so I'm going to hit the perimeters. I want P27, I believe it is. So in order to get, you see this is flashing here, I'm going to push the number. I need number 7. I'm going to go hit this arrow here. So the 0 is flashing. I want to push that too because I want number 27. I'm going to save that. Now it says N01. We want N04. So the 1 is flashing, so I'll push the plus 3, 4, and I'm going to hit S. Now, number 1 in the pamphlet that you receive with the machine is Chinese. Number 2 is English. Number 0 would be off. Then we save it. And hit P to go out. Hit P again. Now we're back to our back tacks. Now what I want to do here is I want to slow the back tack speed down. So in order to slow the back tack speed down, I go back in the perimeters. I want P04. Okay, there's 4. I'm going to hit the left arrow.
Left shift.
And I want 0.
Minus.
I hit S. It says 1800.
Left shift.
I'm going to go drop that down.
Minus.
Let's go to 900. And I'll save it.
Save.
hit P. Hit P again. And we're going to go, that's the back, that's the start of my back tack. You see the end of the back tack is still faster, so we go back into P.
Parameter mode.
We're going to change that to P05.
Plus.
I'm going to hit S to save it. It says 1800 stitches a minute, and we'll go
Left
over.
shift. Left shift.
1800, the 8 is flashing, so I
Minus,
can drop that back down.
minus.
It's 900 stitches a minute. I'm going to save it.
Save.
Hit P. Hit P again. Now we're back to our back tack speeds. It just slows the back tack down. I don't like to see it real fast. I mean, this doesn't slow your speed down. Okay, now you want to slow your speed down. Right now, it's just a matter of going plus or minus. We'll hit minus. It's going to show 3,400 stitches a minute. Let's
Decelerate.
Let's go to about 25.
Decelerate.
Okay, that's all we need to do. There's still lots fast enough. Okay, now say you want more back tacks in your stitching. Okay.
Right shift.
Okay, we're gonna hit the right shift. She calls it the right button. Then you can add more to it. Get it
Right
again.
shift.
And all that's doing is creating more.
Parameter mode.
Okay, I just hit P and then P again, so it's going to stay there. That's 5 stitches in the back tack. Sew all day long till I heel back on the pedal. It's just 3 and 3, so it's just 3 stitches in the finished back tack. But really, all you ever need is
Left shift. Left shift. Left shift.
all you need is just 3. Basically, for a back tack, you don't need anything more than
Left
3
shift.
stitches.
Left shift. Right shift.
Bring that back down to 3.
Parameter mode.
Okay, there's 3 stitches each. Now, in our back tacks, what some of this stuff is for, the start of your back tack shows up A and B. If I hit the top button here, on the top part of the furthest button to the left on the top,
Double start.
that's
Back
a
tacking.
double back tack. In other words, going to do 4 times. Or if you want to eliminate
Off.
back tack off altogether. And down here is the end of the back tack.
Double end. Back off.
And that's off. Okay, so now there's no back tack. Okay, now this button here, or this icon here, is needle down position. Each time I stop, the needle is down. Okay, and you'll see this little icon here, that's a needle down position when the needle is always stopping with the needle down. If you want to change that to needle up, you'll see this little icon here. Press and hold it.
Up needle position.
Now each time I go to sew, and each time I stop, the needle is in the up position. If I wanted to, in most cases, you're going to have it down until you want to choose otherwise.
Down needle position.
Okay, that icon here is your thread cutters. You can turn them off with this button,
Trimming off.
or the trimming on.
Trimming on.
Okay, this is a continuous sew. You would have to get into this system here, which gets a little bit confusing. It's not something you'd probably ever use. Most of these other buttons, this one here, right at the top, in other words, when I push that,
Press your foot lift on after trimming.
okay, each time I sew and when I trim, the foot stays up until you start, it'll stay up for so many seconds and then drop down. If I touch this button again,
Press your foot lift on after stop sewing.
each time I stop, foot comes up. just for so many seconds. Okay, the most common function would be
Presser foot lift on after stop sewing and trimming. Presser foot lift off
and that's completely,
after stop sewing and trimming.
completely off now unless I determine when I want the foot to come up, which is done with the heel of the pedal. Now, the only other thing I got to cover will be down here. If you're sewing, if you've got a button here, reverse, instead of reaching over here. And involve the top button. Each time I'm sewing, of course, the needle is down because we determine that up here. If I want the needle up, I'll hit the top button. Or even make a couple stitches. I think that pretty well covers it. If for whatever reason you get in here, and sometimes you can get into this button, which will screw everything up, and sometimes it's hard to get back out of this where you were before. If you get confused, you go over here to this button, hit reset. Brings it back to factory restore when you first purchase the machine. Thank you for watching the video. Hope it helps.